these are my unpopular AFL opinions heading into 2025. The first one in today's list is that I think Fox Footy commentator Matt Hill is overrated. Now, Matt Hill, he's been around the AFL I think for the last 3 or 4 years, and people are making it out that he is one of the best commentators in the AFL's history. I don't think his voice suits football at all, and he hasn't really had any memorable moments in the commentary box, at least for the AFL. Now, he's not the worst commentator, he certainly isn't bad at all. I think he's mid-tier, and I think he is very overrated. The next one on today's list is that I think Luke Beveridge should have got sacked at the end of last year. So, the Bulldogs, since their 2016 flag, they've only managed to win 3 finals. Now, all of those finals wins came in the same year, 2021. So, Luke Beveridge has managed to have one pretty successful year since 2016. And in the last 3 years, the Dogs have managed to make 2 finals and be kicked out in both elimination finals. Luke Beveridge has also managed to lose 5 elimination finals since coaching the Dogs, and with their list, he hasn't managed to get the Dogs into a top 4 spot at the end of the year. That just tells me that Luke Beveridge should not still be with the Dogs, and he should have been gone by last year. Okay, so this might be the most controversial, unpopular opinion we have on today's list. I honestly think the Gold Coast Suns' new logo is good. And I did do a video about a month ago saying that it was the worst in the AFL, but since then it has grown on me. Firstly, I love the text. I think the text is a perfect font. Yeah, it doesn't take away too much from the logo. And then as for the logo, I think it does everything well. Identifies the club's name with the lettering. Identifies the sun. And there's also a footy in there. And it is minimal. It is one colour, which is good. If only they made it yellow to put on their home Guernsey, that would be so much better, but it's okay. Yeah, I think it is a very underrated logo, and I actually like it. Okay, so the fourth unpopular opinion we have in today's video is that I think Geelong have the best midfield in the AFL. Now, you might be thinking, what about Sydney? What about Port Adelaide? What about these other sides? No, I think Geelong have the best mix of young and old talent in their midfield. Players like Patrick Dangerfield, Bailey Smith, Max Holmes, Tanner Bruin, Brian Myers, Tom Atkins, Ollie Dempsey can go in there sometimes. The list goes on. Geelong's midfield, I think, in the next few years is going to explode, including this season. And I think that is why they are the premiership favourites as of right now. The next opinion I have on this list may not be unpopular to most or some people, but I think that Marvel Stadium is underrated and could quite possibly be a top 3 ground in the league. At this ground, I've never had a bad experience. Wherever I've sat, whether it's a top or it's level 1, it has always been good. Now, I know there's those terrible seats, but no one's going to sit there anyway. There's terrible seats at the MCG too. And Marvel Stadium, I feel like whenever you go and you've got general admission seats, you can always get level 1, which is a bonus. And I think travelling there is super easy. It's right near Southern Cross Station, the main station in Victoria. Marvel Stadium is also home to the cheapest food in the AFL. So if you're going to get a feed at the footy, go to Marvel Stadium. Okay, so another AFL commentary unpopular opinion here today. I think that Dwayne Russell is a better commentator than Anthony Hudson. Now, I know you guys are going to not like this one because everybody, including myself, do really like Hutto. I think he's slightly overrated, just slightly. And the reason being, I think in the last few years, he hasn't had any super memorable commentary moments, whereas I think Dwayne Russell has, and I think Dwayne Russell is a better commentator when it comes to one-liners, some iconic ones from "There's no kryptonite for Crips tonight" or "That is gold class." Whereas Hutto, he has had those moments with "I see it but I don't believe it," but he's more known for his iconic voice. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to give the edge to Dwayne Russell. It might be unpopular, but that is just my opinion, and that is the whole point of today's video. Okay, so the next unpopular opinion we have is that opening round is good. I like opening round. I know a lot of people don't. Come on, how can you not like it? It's extra football. Football starts a week earlier, and it starts in 2 days. That's if the game goes ahead, because apparently there could be cyclones, so that's not good. But other than that, I think opening round is awesome. I think it carries the AFL to New South Wales and Queensland more, which are known for their rugby, NRL. Yeah, it's more popular up there. But I think with opening round, the AFL is starting to become a lot more popular up there as well. In opening round, we always see good games. We see two of the best sides, or two even sides, whether it's Gold Coast and Essendon, they're two even sides, or Geelong, Brisbane. Opening round is always good for close matches and exciting matchups, the build-ups towards them, and yeah, I think it is a good idea. Okay, so the next unpopular opinion we have on this list, I think that the AFL needs to get rid of Thursday night finals in week 1 of the final series. Yeah, I definitely prefer the Sunday final. I just think Thursday night finals, people have school or work the next day. And they do on Sunday too, but that is still on the weekend. And I hate that Sunday after the first week of the finals where there's NRL on, but there's not AFL. And I know the last time we had AFL on was 2021. I think the Thursday night finals, they're never really close games besides 2022 against Brisbane and Richmond. And I think Sunday finals at the G on a 3:20 PM time slot in the afternoon is just iconic, and I want it back. Those Richmond and Carlton games, those Richmond and North Melbourne games, I want them back. Please bring back the Sunday finals. Okay, so the second last unpopular opinion I have is that I think the AFL should bring back names on players' Guernseys. We saw this for one round in 2014, I believe it was the Easter round. And I thought it looked cool. It was like the NBA, and I don't know why they don't have this. I think it's good for casual fans to get to know the players' names. And yeah, I think it's a bit more professional as well. So I think names should be brought back on Guernseys. I know this one might be pretty unpopular, but yeah, it is my opinion, and I think it would be a good idea. Okay, so the final opinion I have today, I believe that the Tasmanian Football Club isn't needed. I don't want to see it. I know it's happening, but in my opinion, I don't like it. I think 19 teams is stretching it now. Even harder to make finals now, and 19 teams, it just shakes everything up. It's an odd number. One team's going to have a bye every week. Yeah, I think an even number of teams is good, and you can't have 20 either, because that is just ridiculous. That's way too much. I think Tasmania definitely deserve a team, but 19 teams, it's just too much in my opinion. Thank you guys for watching today's video. We are just 2 days away from the footy season, and man, I cannot wait. Geelong, Brisbane, Thursday night footy at the Gabba. I'm tipping Brisbane, but I'm going for Geelong. And then on the Sunday, Collingwood plays GWS. Can't wait for that. 2 days before my birthday as well, if any of you give a shit. But that's besides the point. Like and subscribe. We're going to be doing heaps of AFL content this year. We've got some really creative ideas. So stay tuned for that. Leave a like, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.